Welcome everyone. I'm glad to say that in the audience we have today two representatives of Transport for London, Chris McLeod and Lucy Whitehead, who are personally responsible for making sure that the tubes ran on time today. So it's very nice of them, so thank you very much. And it's great to have such a fantastic turnout. This is the next stage in the IPA and Ian Priest's agenda all around commercial creativity and the whole Adaptathon series. As we know with the acronym of ADAPT, this is the third stage of the A for Agility. And really it's all about recognising that the world that we now live in with client and agency relationships, where it's all about being agile, it's all about making sure that we know that we are working together in as easy and convenient light as possible. And so there are three aspects to the Adaptathon over the next couple of days. The first being this morning, which is about measurement essentially. This afternoon there's a session all around media, and then the session tomorrow morning is around creative and production. So really you're talking about the whole aspect of a client-agency relationship all the way through from the beginning to the end of a campaign, whether it's through the creative and the production, to the media, to the measurement side of it. So that's really what we're doing today. Now, first of all, what I want to do is talk a little bit about our wonderful support and our sponsors here. As we can see, IPA Social Works, which is the group within the IPA that's essentially represented here today, is being kindly supported by LinkedIn, by Twitter and Facebook, who I think we have representatives here today as well. It's also quite unusual, and it's quite a collaborative effort between the IPA, the Marketing Society and the Market Research Society as well. So let me tell you basically how we're going to run the session this morning. First of all, what we're going to do is start up, and there's now, the Adaptathons have really developed a whole format. The format is essentially to start off with a provocation, and I'm going to pass over to our tube strike breaker, Chris McLeod, who's going to come up and tell us basically what our view at the IPA Social Works is about what's happening in the social media space and the issues that exist and why the ROI side of social media is not as strong as it should be. So first of all, Chris will talk about what's hot and what's not. Then I'll start talking about some inspiration. So what we've been doing over the last year is developing case studies that essentially represent what we consider to be best practice in ROI to really make the best case for why social measurement should be baked into all campaigns and demonstrate the best framework for social media, and to produce case studies which very much reflect the history, if you like, of IPA effectiveness, about a bank of case studies that genuinely prove the business value of social media as opposed to it just being based on likes and retweets, albeit important though they are. So I'll talk about some of those case studies. Jenny Burns, who's Global Head of Social Media at RSA, will then talk about it from a client perspective. That's investigation. The term we use very much when we talk about this whole program is measuring, not counting. That's one of the issues I think that exists particularly in the social media space. A lot of people count, they tell us about the number of likes or YouTube views, but do they actually measure? Do they actually prove there's business value attached to that social media campaign? Then we come to the sort of main event really, which is James Devon, Planning Director of MBA, who will run through essentially what is the workshop aspect of today, which is the main event. There is a 5-point plan that James will take us through, which is the basis on which we will structure the workshops. We'll have breakouts, we'll then come back to key learnings. Each group will come back with your nice different coloured spots. We'll come back and present at the end, and then I'll come back and talk about the challenge for the next 100 days.